In this video, Ross Ulbricht, the founder of Silk Road, who is currently in prison since 7 years back, he thinks that the Bitcoin price is going to go all the way down to $1,000. And here you can see his technical analysis that he has been writing by hand from prison. And I'm going to show you exactly what he thinks here and why he believes, based on the Elliott wave theory, that the Bitcoin price is going to go all the way down to $1.2 thousand. And also, Credit Suisse says that the US economy will shrink 33.5% the next quarter, the biggest drop in history. So I want to talk about the financial markets, what's happening in the real estate market. I want to take a look at how this plays into the Bitcoin halving, which is coming up in 30 days. And I also want to take a quick look at the Bitcoin price in the shorter term to take a look at where Bitcoin is going in the immediate future. And guys, a massive move is coming within the next 2 days. I'm going to show you exactly what is going to happen. And if you think that that sounds interesting, then I think that you should definitely watch this video. Hello guys and welcome to the moon. My name is Carl and I'm here to bring you this cryptocurrency video. Let's start off with Bitcoin here on the daily time frame. And as you can see, it does seem like Bitcoin is forming this classical bearish flag, or a bear flag. And as I've shown you before, if we were to make a targeted move here, we just do it like that. We pull this down like this, and basically if we were to break this key support here, then we should be looking for a move down towards 3.3 thousand. However, very important, we need to see a big spike in the volume at the point of the breakout. If we don't see it, then we should not expect any bigger movements to the downside. And as I've shown you also before, if Bitcoin is able to break the 7.7k level here, this level has previously been very significant resistance, and I think that if Bitcoin can break through this level, then we can start looking for more bullish targets. But so far we are below that resistance level. And another level that I'm of course watching still is this line, and this line is very obviously significant, as we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 touches up there, and we got our fifth touch right there, and we can clearly see how Bitcoin has been basically struggling to break through. And we actually saw one bear flag get formed there. We got rejected and got another leg to the downside. We're seeing a bear flag here. If we get rejected here, then as you can see here, we definitely have the bearish scenario quite obviously laid in front of us. But I think we also should be aware of the fact that if Bitcoin breaks through this level here, I mean, that should happen very soon if that's even possible. But we should also keep in mind that the bullish scenario, well, where Bitcoin breaks through this level and also breaks through, of course, the 7.7 level, this would mean that Bitcoin is getting back the bullish momentum, and I think the bulls are back in control if that happens. And as you can see, we are seeing a convergence of support up here, resistance here, and Bitcoin is going to have to choose either to break the resistance or break the support within, let's say, 2 days. Within 2, maximum 3 days, we are going to see a huge decisive move here. That will be exciting and very tradable, of course. And if you are an experienced trader and if you're looking to trade Bitcoin, you can use these 3 exchanges. Personally, I prefer Bybit because of the liquidity and the outstanding customer service they have. If you use my link in the pinned comment, you will get a bonus after signing up and depositing 0.5 Bitcoin. And look guys, just a quick update. Now it's only 30 days to the next Bitcoin halving. This is based on the average block generation time of 10 minutes. If you take into consideration that the current block time is actually below 9 minutes, then you can see that the halving could take place a little bit sooner, maybe even in 26 days. But no matter how you calculate the estimated time of arrival of the halving, it is coming up very soon. And this is one of the very key properties of Bitcoin and events that's gonna for sure put some buying pressure on Bitcoin, especially in these times when we see the Federal Reserve and other central banks print money out of nothing, increasing the inflation and increasing the supply of dollars and other fiat currencies. We are living in historic times, and I think Bitcoin is definitely going to play a major role in the next few months and years. And next up, here comes a very, very bearish prediction from Ross Ulbricht. He says, Bitcoin is likely to plunge to $1,000. If you don't know who Ross Ulbricht is, he is the founder of Silk Road, and he's currently in prison for starting this website where people were free to buy and sell goods and services wherever they wanted and whatever they wanted, and now he's in prison for that. But this is not stopping him from doing some updates about his price analysis, and he's been in prison since 7 years back, so he hasn't really been a part of the Bitcoin community other than from small updates every now and then. But this is the most recent updates, and according to his new price analysis that relies on Elliott wave theory, the price of the leading cryptocurrency could plunge to as low as $1,200. And this is something that many people believe, actually, based on this Elliott wave count. And I'm gonna quickly go through why this is something that people are taking seriously. So let's go over to Ross's Medium article here. He says that a strong signal for lower prices. And basically, if we go down to his little image here, he is showing us this Elliott wave count. And in Elliott waves, first you want to count 5 waves and then an ABC correction. So this is the thing that he laid out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves, and then the ABC correction. And essentially, you can see here that he says that we have not bottomed out yet, and Bitcoin is going even lower than the bottom that we got way back here. So basically, ABC. And yeah, like he says, he believes that we're going down to $1,200 potentially here. And he is not alone. I've met many people that say that this is something that they believe based on Elliott waves, and some people that have traded Elliott waves very, very successfully, they are very confident that this is going to take place. Personally, I think that it's possible, but personally, I wouldn't really take this count too seriously, because the thing about Elliott waves is that there are always equally as many different ways to count Elliott waves as there are different Elliott waves analysts. It's very, very hard to find the objective way to count these waves. And guys, I would love to know if any one of you are using Elliott waves. Please comment down below if you are taking Elliott waves seriously, if you're using it for trading, and if you're using it even on the longer time frame. I want to know, and I would love to know your thoughts about this specific way to count the Elliott waves on Bitcoin. And also, I would love to know if you think that Bitcoin could go down to approximately $1,000. Please vote in this poll. Yes or no, can Bitcoin go all the way down to these levels? And next up, guys, I just want to quickly say thank you so much. I got almost 3,000 likes on my video yesterday. Thank you so much for liking this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so. I am trying to reach 100,000 subscribers before the halving. And like I said, the halving is coming up in 30 days. Can this number go to 100,000? Let's see. Thank you very much for watching my videos, guys. And next up, let's talk about the financial markets. Credit Suisse says that the US economy will shrink 33.5% next quarter. And listen to this. They say it's going to be the biggest drop in history. And so it's not the biggest drop in the past decade or decades, but in history. And this is something that I've been talking about for the past few years, that what we are going to see in the next few years is going to be something that we have never seen before. And now finally we see more and more people realize that we are seeing something that simply hasn't happened before. And here we have some news from the real estate market, because so far we've seen real estate hold up quite well while stocks have been plunging. But we're seeing here that missed rent payments cascade across the real estate industry. So we're seeing more and more people fail to pay rents, and also more and more people are failing to pay mortgages and pay the interest on all of this debt. And this crisis on the surface has only gone on for a few weeks. And of course, below the surface, this crisis has been going on for months, maybe even years and decades, depending on exactly how you measure it. But on the surface, we've seen a very dramatic crisis for a few weeks. But what happens when we see another month, 2 months, 3 months of people not being able to pay rents, pay their mortgages, pay all of the other debts that they hold? And when some guy cannot pay the other guy, then the other guy cannot pay the next guy. And then you have this domino effect, and the big risk is that we see a massive tsunami of defaults happening. I really wished that this was not going to happen, but it is inevitable. And I've been talking about this for a couple of years now on my channel, that this financial crisis that is going to happen is inevitable. You cannot just push the can down the road by lowering interest rates, printing money out of nothing. That solves nothing. It only magnifies the problem and pushes the problem further into the future. That's the only thing that they've really been doing for the past decades. And look at us now. We're sitting here with a bigger problem, even much bigger problem than back in 2008. And we can blame the banking system, because it is the banking system and in collusion with the governments that have created this problem. And just like I've told you before, the governments cannot help you. Do not rely on pensions or any other type of cash handout. Governments in the long run cannot help you from this financial disaster. You have to take your responsibility over your life and your financials. Go out there and use your mind to create opportunity, make money, save money, buy assets that are not inflatable, hide your wealth, and don't put too much money in the bank, not more than you can afford to lose, because you never know when the bank is gonna completely default. We've seen it before, we are going to see it again, and especially now as the world economy is completely unpredictable, and we're seeing things that, like I said, has never happened before. So take your own responsibility and just realize that the only one that can help you and your family is you. And guys, this is it for this video. Please leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't seen my BitMEX video that I made a few weeks ago, click right there, right now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.